What is going on, Jet fans? Matt O'Leary back with another video. Two things I want to get into this morning and talk with you guys about. The first, Sauce Gardner goes to bat for Aaron Rodgers, and the New York Jets division rival made a really shrewd move yesterday that I like for them, and I wanted to talk about because obviously it has an impact on the New York Jets because they play in the same division. So last night, Sauce Gardner went to bat for Aaron Rodgers because, well, done many videos and talked a lot about the Aaron Rodgers situation and the national media's reaction to Aaron Rodgers missing minicamp. And, well, Sauce Gardner went to bat for his quarterback, and I don't really think he or the rest of this team, but Sauce Gardner is a leader on this team, so I give him the right to speak up for the team and how the team's feeling. They don't really seem to have an issue with Aaron Rodgers missing time. Quote, "Are you all really making a big deal because a 15-plus year Hall of Fame quarterback missed 2 days of practice after being with the team all throughout phase 1, 2, and 3 of OTAs? GG's." Now, I'm old, so forgive me if this isn't correct, but GG's, I believe, is good game coming from, the gaming community. But, the moral of the story is, this is okay. This is fine. He was there through, which is the point that I was making and everyone else who was a Jet fan was making, that he was there all throughout the offseason and working with the team. And, it's not a big deal, especially if the team knew about it for a long time. If he just if he no-showed and went AWOL, different story. Completely different story. If Robert Saleh got up there and was like, yeah, we have no idea where Aaron Rodgers is, but he's not here, then yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. If Aaron Rodgers did not attend OTAs, was not around through phase 1, 2, and 3, and also missed minicamp, completely different story. Then I would be like, yeah, I would say, yes, it is fair to question how involved he is, or how invested rather he is in the 2024 season. But just a wild few days of think pieces and takes and videos. It's been a lot. I really just want the regular season to come and for the Jets to come out hot and start winning some games to put some of these narratives to bed, because Aaron Rodgers missed 2 practices on June 11th and 12th. The New York Jets now are going to win 5 games this year. Take that information as you will. Sorry to spoil the fun and the bad news. Guys, can't go into the season excited about having Aaron Rodgers at quarterback after watching Zach Wilson, Trevor Siemian, and Tim Boyle try to hump a football for 17 games last year. You can't be excited about Aaron Rodgers actually being under center and playing for this team because he missed 2 practices in June. The Jets just aren't going to be good. Sorry, I don't make the rules. I'm just sharing what I've been told online, at least for the last few days. All right, the second thing, Calais Campbell signed with the Miami Dolphins, and I think that's a really good move for Miami. I got to give them some credit, a really shrewd move. He's someone that I would have liked the Jets to be interested in, and maybe they were. I mean, last offseason, they made a good run on him before he signed in Atlanta, but he'll be 38 years old coming up in September, and you might be thinking, hey, Matt, a 38-year-old defensive lineman, really? But guy could still play, man. He's a really good football player. He's coming off a 6.5 42 pressure season on an Atlanta defense that really wasn't all that great last year. Again, the guy could still play, and for Miami in particular, they have a couple guys on the edge, and Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips, who got hurt in season, and it's a TBD to see how far along they'll be at this point, and maybe they start the season slow or aren't available out of the gate to start this season. And if that's the case, then you have a depth guy like Calais Campbell, who's a veteran, who's been there and been productive for literally his entire career. Now, granted, the Dolphins run more of a 3-4, so their edge rushers are, more outside linebackers, and not saying that Calais Campbell's going to, line up standing as an outside linebacker, but just the point being, you have another guy on your defensive line at some point who could come in and, still be very productive for you as a pass rusher with, potential absence of your bigger name guys. After the Jets lost John Franklin Myers, especially, this was a name that I thought, the Jets should have been in on, because he could kind of play that role. He's still a very, very good edge setter. He's good against the run. Like, he does a lot of the little things that don't really show up in the box score. And I get it. That's not the sexy stuff. The sacks are, and it's easy to fall in love with, Hassan Reddick and Bryce Huff and potentially Will McDonald. But, you need guys who do the little things. And that's what JFM did for the Jets over the last 4 or 5 years. And I was hoping that, maybe with the additional money that they freed up, bringing in a guy like Campbell, who would be like this team's fourth edge, because, the Jets have 3 that you feel pretty confident in Reddick and Jermaine Johnson and Will McDonald going into year 2. But then after that, it's a bit of a question mark who's going to be their fourth guy and beyond. And we know how much the Jets like to rotate, so their guys are going to play. But you just signed Tack McKinley yesterday. You also have, Michael Clemens and a couple UDFAs and Eric Watts and Braden McGregor. There's going to be a competition for some of these spots, which is fine. I think competition's a good thing. But, I was kind of, on the side hoping the Jets would end up landing Calais Campbell. But once again, just want to give some credit to the Dolphins because I think it was a really good move by them. So, and the Jets will see them twice a year because they play in the same division. Let me know your thoughts on both of these things down below in the comments. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. I'm Matt O'Leary, and I'll catch you guys next time.